dispenser right here.
Okay, I had to remove some files from my laptop because I was running out of storage to record.
TF Logic Arena has a control point countdown key value in it. You need to set it to like -1 or something. But it looks like it's forcibly opened your control points.
Hey Zaddy, wait, you said you're out of storage when recording. Did you manage to get the full recording of the other maps though?
I've been recording everything so far.
Okay, good.
There's also a demo file for the map, which I will be uploading, so you can actually see how the maps were played.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of dicks.
Fall damage.
That TP is terrible, dude.
We need a dispenser right here. We need a dispenser right here.
Like, honestly, I kind of like that you don't die, because you can, like, learn it.
We need a dispenser right here. Help!
I think you just have to touch it. Don't have to hit it. Oh, you have to hit it? That's the opposite. You have to do the opposite.
There should be some feedback on the button so you know when it's pressed.
No way, is that a music reference to Sonic.exe?
Hide all skulls. Hannibal seemed to be under the impression that you had to reveal all the skulls, not hide them. And I thought that as well. Maybe you should change it to like illuminating lights or something.
This is a big area.
Or put a picture of a skull next to it with a cross in it, so it shows you have to get rid of them.
This is actually a cool section. I've not seen anything like this in many maps.
Also, your buttons underwater, they don't appear to have any feedback either to know when you've actually triggered them. They should change colour or disappear or get pressed in or something.
Oh my god! Oh, it stops, okay.
Danger zone 2, exactly.
I'm going to turn the edict HUD off now. You can use the command /ENTS ENTS to get information about edicts. The peak edict index is what you're after. Just keep typing it throughout the test and you'll see.
Bombs? You want it?
Oh, this is the end.
To the right.
I think this soundscape is a bit boring. It's just the standard kind of Team Fortress 2 fluorescent light hum sound, and it's kind of not very interesting. You need like machine work sounds of things going on in the background.
No, someone's been using slicing.
I'm not talking about music, I'm talking about soundscape. Like ambient sound effects, basically. that sell the idea of you being in a facility.
Oh, it's what's the thing from Bun Buns?
The motivator just spawned.
Use the same sound effect as stolen.
I did not get teleported.
Same.
Yeah, I think people should like leave the teleporter, because I think it sometimes just bugs out and doesn't teleport everyone. So don't disable the
Yeah.
trigger. Just leave it
I
on.
can't really see what's going on. I didn't get teleported.
There's a few red players who didn't get teleported. This obstacle course here seems to be quite dark. It's depending entirely on light environments. The shadows are quite long, and as a result, all the inside of the walls are very dark, and you can't really see the platforms. I think you need a more steep sun angle, so that more sun shines into the corridors and it bounces off the walls, which increases the illumination of the area.
Would it be possible for me to try out that minigame as well?
I suppose. I'm afraid you haven't really got much of a choice. This is the only other outdoors place anyway, so I don't think it'll be a problem. What you could do is you could make some light spots which are quite long and wide and constant to simulate, yes it is, it's very dark, to simulate daylight outside, but given the fact that you created this huge outdoors obstacle course, you really should tailor your light environment settings for that. Outside in spawn area, we don't really see any kind of lighting or shading anyway. It's all evenly illuminated and you're only spending like 10 seconds there, so you don't really have to worry about the lighting elsewhere.
Does this still work? It does.
So we're just free running to the games, so please don't trigger any traps. If that's the case then, cars, those mini games will benefit, I should think. They also suffer from the same dark shadows. The arena comes to mind. Well, I've already said what I think you should do, so you should just watch the playtest video again afterwards. Try to avoid using training annotations things because people see them like everywhere and they block your view and they don't make sense as to what's actually happening for you at that time. Try and use local signage instead. Stuff that only people in the area can see. Well, I mean create a sign is what I'm saying. You can also display annotations, training annotations, only to certain clients using VScript, but it's not perfect because sometimes client 32 won't be able to see it. So you can use point world text as well. That's text that actually appears in the world. But really, if you're going to have signage, explaining what's happening, then you should first try to explain what's happening just by decorating things in a way that makes it obvious what's happening. using sound effects and other visual effects and so on.
I just stood on top of these lights somehow, but then I fell. Can you actually skip everything if you manage to stand on top of it?
This seems to be quite a long course.
To the right.
Rip.
Jesus. Not used to
So we're
this
free running,
kind of
aren't we?
gameplay.
We have 19 players at the moment, and everyone's dead apart from Zati, who's a pro Deathrun player.
Hold on, I gotta see this.
There's an apple there.
No, thank you.
What? Rip.
Yeah, no, it does.
22 deaths and 3 respawns. So that is equivalent to 25 deaths. That was a free run. Free run, please, Nian. Don't trigger any traps.
I wonder, does the map work better in this playtest?
Oh shit. Yeah, like I said, don't trigger any traps.
Well, I'm dead.
Not big surprise.
I don't care, I told you, don't trigger any traps.
I wonder, what are we supposed to playtest?
R60. Could I get a respawn perhaps?
Should we respawn?
I'll respawn a set number of players. How many are dead?
I think half, so 10, 11.
11.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control.
Oh, this is a playtest. Follow the rules, come on.
The problem with respawning everyone is that, like, the more people you have, someone's gonna, like, not follow the playtest thing, book, and, I don't know, do something that might ruin it for everyone. Like rush!
The heck does this arrow do?
The fuck? What's that supposed to do? Why is there a platform that has a stop icon on it, yet it propels you forwards? How does that make sense? I appreciate the Unreal Tournament music though.
My vision is augmented.
Facing worlds. Considering this has been free run, more or less, all the way, it seems that your map is simply too deadly on its own. It's also just too long, in my opinion. I don't know how anybody else feels. Maybe it's just because I'm so familiar with the map, having playtested it a few times.
Hello?
Hello.
What are we even playtesting?
Well, we're supposed to be testing the endings, but we don't seem to have been doing that much at all.
Yeah.
We've just been free running repeatedly. I'm confused.
Yeah, I think we need to teleport to the end. It might be in order.
Blue, it's blue.
I think I'm kind of done with code vault remembrance these days. Remembering a colour or
I like the pachinko. Good.
especially when it's like ages later and its progress is barred because you've got to remember some colour. It's kind of a bit of a fuck you, really. I mean, if it was done earlier, maybe it would be better, or maybe it had some kind of interesting gameplay effect, but not, haha, you made it this far and you didn't fall asleep. What colour is it, you know? I know. No. Never mind. You watch the playtest video again, maybe you'll understand the argument that I'm making rather than focusing on that.
I wonder if it's
How
like
is
the
this
final
demo
state of the
man
map.
with a 1 health gaming? Are you alive?
We can't continue to playtest, I'm afraid. R60D and I have to go in like 3 minutes, so we're not going to be able to test the endings. Unless Bert can do it.
I think I stay like 3 minutes longer than normal, but yeah, the playtest is ending officially at least.
Does anybody else think this map is too long?
Just a little.
It has a lot of detail. I think the mappers like just tries to cram everything into one map, which, you know, could make it harder to make it short.
The thing is though, CH, this is a free run. It's always been free runs.
Technically it's not a free run.
Well, the activator hasn't been triggering any traps, have they? No, because I froze them.
They have.
I respawned 10 players then. We only lost about 2 people.
How many traps are in this map?
Oh, you died.
I don't know why he survived that. He was in the water for like 10 minutes or something.
He had 1 HP.
1 HP survives crocodile.
Damn. I'll try to no-clip myself to the end, if I can find it. Shit, what does the end event look like? Don't remember. No, that's a secret. There we go, I found it.
1. Control point enabled.
I may have asked in the past for the map author to insert an info teleport destination or a point teleport that we can use to teleport ourselves to the end in order to test the minigames.
Oh, it's the thing from Stardust, but extreme.
So what happens here? Oh, there's an Uber blue person. Is there a time limit on this game? So there isn't at the moment then. How do we win?
It said that we have to get all the bottles.
I found the bottle.
Bottles?
It is multi.
I did not see that message.
Oh, there's one in the middle.
I thought it said
see in the
one.
middle.
It's very dark in certain areas.
Yeah, I think you need to increase the ambient lighting. It's just too dark. The
Maybe you're
normal
watching in
brightness
full
is
bright then.
fine, but the shadows, that's the problem. Like, most of the map is fine, but when you go into a shadow, you just be blind. Like
Your idea
20%.
of brightness must be
That's all I
different to
ask.
everybody else's. Your map is too dark. It's a fact. Go into third person and go into some of the areas of shade. If your character model is dark, that's a problem.
I think you should look at the TF2 maps and look at the brightness on the shadows in those. That should give you a good idea of what you should aim for.
Especially in Deathrun, where you need to be able to see people's player models so you know which when to trigger traps. And if I'm to try and find bottles and stuff, then they also need to be visible. I've got a very good monitor, but people who have like dark monitors or cheap monitors, they're going to have even worse of a problem.
Yeah, so you probably just have like really high brightness on your monitor. That's why it might look normal for you. But you have to think about the average player who will enjoy this map. What will they think? Well, even playtesters are people, so yeah.
Where could it be?
There's a bottle, jeez. Oh,
Does
no,
it say how many are we missing?
Let's get that one in the middle. So we can jump into it.
I think it would be useful to have some kind of on-screen text display to show how many bottles are remaining or have been collected. Maybe you could have a screen overlay with a an icon of a bottle and then put a game text next to it. You could use some big scripts to...
There are clear improvements in
I
the
see
map.
one.
I like where the map is going, but I think I'll have to end the playtest now officially. You guys can still play the map, but I have to go now, so I'll say it again. Thanks to everyone
This is the last
who
map we're
attended.
trying.
Yeah, this is the last one. So thanks to everyone who attended, and, you know, leave your feedback. If you leave the feedback, then the mappers are to fix the problems.
There's a thread in the Discord server, or you can just give it straight to the map author. His name's Karjok. The server's still going to be running, so you can continue to play. Burke has admin access. I'll increase MP time limit.
No, I guess that's it.